Brent, I'm sure that you thought you'd never hear these words. It's time to start a new job. I am so glad to be here and be able to start making these videos for you. I am excited about that. We're going to get this going for you. So we got us one of the 70M Sport Divers. These are so cool. June 74. The time of President Ford and Pink Panther movies. No, it looks good. A little bit of loom damage on those hands, and your sweep hand is faded down, but that I can bring back to orange. I just tint it, basically. I do a real light tint. You use the color underneath and go on a real thinned out tint, and it brings it back to orange. And it looks real good. I mean, I can leave it like that if you want to. It's easily reversible, though. This is a cool bracelet, by the way. It looks familiar for some reason. Well, okay, let's get this thing apart. I think first things first, let's get this thing apart. All these years. Okay, so these have to go in the special cleaning jar. Okay. Let me move this over here. Yeah, that makes me a little happier.
Okay. Because I'm a complete genius, I filmed the entire beginning of this video on slow-mo. So, the movement looks beautiful in this thing. There's no lubrication in it at all. You can see just the remnants, of just sort of the circle there of what had been lubrication here, and it's of course long gone now. Looks like somebody serviced this watch and then didn't wear it a whole lot. It's in really nice shape. I mean, there isn't a bit of lubrication in it. I can't find any. I haven't seen any so far. Interesting. This, somebody was in here having fun, though. You'll notice this is a straight side bridge, but it's got a beveled balance cock. So somebody swapped out the balance, and they just took the entire unit from another movement. There's that. Good. I mean, it doesn't mean anything one way or the other, but okay. Honey, I filmed the entire beginning of this video in slow-mo. I didn't mean to. It just happened.
Okay.
I just think it's funny. I don't think I've ever done it before. I'll be very curious to see what slow-motion watch work looks like, as if it isn't slow enough already. Your can opinion feels... Oh, that's funky. Should not be able to do that. That should not be happening. That's really very interesting. Okay, well, let me get these hands off of here and let's look them. We've definitely got a worn center wheel. Jewel. Look at that. Let me get nylon ones up here. Look at the... Look at the day wheel here. I'm going to turn this to one side. I mean, it's just the whole thing, the whole stack, the whole hand stack is just wobbling all over the place. So, it's pretty gnarly. I think your center wheel is pretty badly worn. Well, it could be the center wheel jewel. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know that that is the case. There we go. Okay, let me pull these hands. Wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, so we remember that your case back is dated June 74. And your dial is dated May 74. So good. That is correct. Dial looks decent. Put that in the parts tray. Now it's time to rip it down. That is just some weirdness. Yeah, it should not do that. So that's real interesting. I gotta figure out what the heck is going on with that. I mean, it's possible there's enough slop in this. I don't know, man. I don't know. I gotta see it. That's an unusual error. Not one I'm used to seeing. Slow-mo. I can't believe I found part of a servicing video in slow-mo. Faces. Yeah, the faces look good on this one. I'll have to clean it and play with it and see what I can find. Yeah, you got a lot of movement. Okay, yeah, you got a lot of movement on that fourth wheel too. Good amount of movement on the center wheel. It's got some flop in it, but I've seen worse. I don't know. I'm going to have to check every wheel. Obviously. And we know the lower mainspring arbor is roasted. Really roasted. Yeah, look at that though. It's shiny, shiny. Not a stain on it. That's crazy. Seriously, someone got this thing serviced and then they just didn't wear it. It got some moisture inside. Some kind of spotting up there. Yeah, I can see that the jewel, that the hole here in the center wheel, geez, both of those look worn. I might have to jewel both of those. I'll look at them closely. I'm going to put everything through the cleaner and then we'll look at it from there. Because the wheels look pretty okay. Come on. Our handy dandy hacking lever. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of flopping around in there. Center wheel might need some work. Lower mainspring arbor. Port is, of course, roasted, but we knew that. Can't over here. Let's look at our mainspring. Come on. Come on. Wow, you're sealed up tight, huh? Ah, there we go. Yeah, look at that, even the mainspring. Sorry, I keep coming out of frame. I should make this a little bigger, just like that. Yeah, there's, the person used a little bit of, looks like S2. Of course, what do I know? They use some of that black grease you're supposed to use, but not a lot of it. Look at that, fuzzies. Ow, I did it again. I'm just getting the mainspring situated. Whoops. I got a twist going on there. Come on. And there we go. Okay. Hand clean that. And these and that. That's a good amount of play. What the heck? Mainspring grease. Clean that up when I'm done with all this. I mean, it's missing the center wheel cock, so that's going to make it a little floppier, but this is this is above and beyond. Look at that, it's almost totally unfaded. Wow. That goes over there. Yep, no lube. No lubrication. Oh, come on. Oh, with these, I always forget. Where in the heck did I put it? Where is it? Aha. If you use the movement ring, it actually holds it a lot more steadily. Sometimes I'm just not thinking and I forget to do it. Makes everybody's lives easier. Lives easier. Let's try this again. Yeah, again, this looks like it's gosh darn near new, but like it's clean, but it's worn. Screws are not particularly tight. They aren't loose, but they're sort of wiggling around. Boop. 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 So I wonder if I can take a slow-mo video and like post it at like twice the speed or something. That'd be fun. Look at this, it looks like it's it looks new. God, that's crazy. Like there's no staining on the, there's no staining or oxidation of any kind on this plastic. They're just that perfect gray. They're not yellowed down at all. That was your quick set date, correct? Yes. Always the clue. This little intermediary gear right here. Two ways it can go. Only one way is right. But if you put it in the wrong way, you won't know. You won't notice because it doesn't matter. It has an oil cup that goes on the upper side. No one, if somebody works on Seikos regularly, you'll know that. But if you're a non-Seiko person and you're doing competent work, then you might not know that. It literally makes no difference to the functioning of the watch, but it tells us that somebody was in there who was not 100% Seiko. Look at this. Gosh, there isn't a bit of lubrication left on this thing. It looks... I'll have to really get in there and really look at that. Clean as anything, though. I mean, gosh, the thing is so clean that almost feels like you could just lube it and put it back together, but obviously I'm not going to do that. It's just interesting. And that's why service intervals, by the way, are important on modern watches that use synthetic lubrication, because the synthetic lubrication goes away. It just outgasses and vanishes, and soon there's no lubrication at all, but the watch will still run. Versus the old natural lubrication, the volatile elements would outgas, and you'd be left behind with shellac. And the next thing you know, okay, I gotta jewel this. I gotta clean this all up. I gotta jewel this, jewel this, and I'm gonna clean everything first. Then I'm gonna look at these jewels. I'm gonna come back after I'm done cleaning and we're getting ready to put it together. Okay. This time I think I'm not on slow-mo. I think it should be correct. Anyway, things are out of the cleaner and I'm just looking stuff over. What do I got for you? Where's it? Ah, yeah. Okay, so I've cleaned this up, and I am looking at it has jewels installed. I adjusted these down. I'm going to look at what kind of lash I'm getting on them. So I'll put that back there, and I have your lower mainspring arbor jewel installed. You can see it right there. So I'm going to put all this stuff together and we'll come back. Okay. It is at the end of the day, just in time for me to get this running. I have been going back and gosh darn it. I've been going back and forth. It definitely had some issues. Center wheel was worn, escape wheel was worn, center wheel was worn, and cannon pinion. Your pallet fork looks fine. It's got all the jewels in, top and bottom. And the train runs smooth and clean. Okay. Well, it's certainly running. Wow, well, your balance is flopping around. I mean, not flopping, but flopping like I've seen, you know, when they're really broken, then yes, but those are worn pivots. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely wigging out. So I'm gonna have to look at that balance. Let's, I guess here, let me demag it. Oh, and I see too that your hairspring is all janky. It's supposed to be in plane. It's actually swooping down like this. It's not really flat. And see how it's kind of, I don't know, to me it looks like it's sort of flailing around. It's not happy. I'll look at that, and but we could be looking at a balance too. Okay, it is, what day is it? I don't know, it's the middle of the week, I think. Any case, this is coming along. It is running beautifully. I've got great accuracy, flat accuracy. I had to do a little bit of fiddling, but not much. But I think I've got it sussed out, so the next stage is putting the front calendar together. So I say that should happen. Where the heck is it? So new center. Huh, isn't that interesting? Oh, it's an illusion? Okay. Yeah, it's just an illusion. It looked like the pinion for the center hand, for the center wheel was not, for the fourth wheel was not centered inside the cannon pinion. No, that's fine. Got a little enthusiastic with that lubrication. A little bit goes a long way. Don't need a whole bunch of extras sitting around. Okay, let's get it together now. So now we are going to put the oil cup the right side up. Your minute wheel. So we have a new cannon pinion center wheel. Ooh, nice. Ah, that's awesome. Cool. That feels perfect. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oy. There we go. Sorry for the sniffles. Allergies. Yeah, I saw it. Make sure this thing doesn't have any bent teeth. Oops. They're great right up until they aren't, but usually the time, most of the time, they're just fine. Okay, good. You can see your new lower mainspring arbor port right there. Good. One of the things on these you always want to check is to make sure that this spring for the day wheel is nice and flat. Should be perfectly flat to the plane of this thing. If it's up or down, then you've got to adjust that. It's just, you know, a little wiggly. Make sure that it's floating correctly so it can do its thing. Oops. Let's try this again. Okay, now I always like to do this to sort of squish all the lubrication and all the other stuff around and make sure we've got correct alignments. And then you want to check the quick set. Looking good. Okay. Let's... I can't believe I filmed the first segment on slow-mo. It's like a bad joke. Oh, whoops, I forgot one more thing. Silly me. Silly, silly, silly me. Oh, it's weird. I'm in a room surrounded with clocks and watches, and I have a watch on my wrist. I never know what time it is. There's like, I'm just standing here, and I can see 3 timepieces right now, and I still don't know what time it is. That's what happens when you're not really plugged into reality. Okay, good. Okay, I've got to... The dial is fine. I do want to look at and make sure that it's as clean as possible. You got a little bit of spotting on the hands, nothing major. I should be able to bolt this thing together before dinner and let it run overnight. We're kind of at the end of the day. Okay. Okay, good morning. Cool. It's about 16 hours down. Cool. At height of power, it's running in like the 240s. Perfectly acceptable. Seiko's always run a little bit less, unless they're brand new. Okay, there we are. Oh, whoops! I didn't set the date. It is 21st. Okay, well there it is. This color of the sweep, that's what they looked like when they were new. I color matched that to an original on my own watch. That's what it looked like, and you will see this sometimes because the dials will also fade, just like the sweep faded. So your dial's a little faded. It's supposed to be a darker, like real, like zippy orange. What do they call it? Aztec red or something? That is the correct shade of that. I've actually had these that were basically brand new, and the dial and the hand were a perfect match, and it made it impossible to see. Anyway, there it is. New crystal. Case is all cleaned up, of course. I have all your random dead parts are, let's see, we got your center wheel. There's your cannon pinion, there's your 4th wheel. Let's see. Oh, and where did your darn balance? Oh, I packed it away, so it's in a box. Hang on just one. Did I already put that away? How stupid of me. Hang on just one second. Let me get your balance back. There it is. Let me get this open for you. There is your balance. Here is this bracelet that this came on. I don't know if you wanted to reuse this, but it came to pieces. I mean, it's in fine shape. I can repair it if you want me to. The connecting links on a lot of these are stretched open. And you can really see it here. This is why this came apart. Right there, see, it's all stretched open. Now, I can repair this. If you want me to do so, I'll do it. I will need to take the bracelet basically apart and to straighten everything out. so it'll hold again. You're not missing any pieces. That's just the way it looks. So you tell me what you want to do. But anyway, this was fun. These are so cool. What a watch. These are really neat. They're just awesome. Okay, so I'm in process on your blue 6139 6015. And that's a part. The third watch, the 6139 6007, we're going to have a discussion about. I've looked at it. I'm going to look at it again. It is roasted. It is roasted. So, I remember when it came here, it had water in it. So, it's gonna be tough. That one watch is gonna be real interesting. And there's the case, of course. I've got the buttons over there, but I pulled this apart again to look at it. You remember when this came here, it had water in it, and the corrosion inside the movement is just astonishing. And not only is the movement badly damaged, your dial and hands are junk. Not junk. I mean, I could probably clean up and relume the hands. They're not that bad. It's the wrong sweep hand, and it's the wrong minute counter hand, and the dial is destroyed. So I'm going to be down to having to replace a lot of the movement, as well as the dial and a bunch of other stuff. This watch is going to be a real serious challenge. And I know you said you were good for me to go ahead with this one. I can rip it apart. I have a real feeling that it's going to be bad. And if I rip it apart and it's as terrible as I'm pretty sure that it is, it's going to be a pile of parts. Because I'm not going to bolt together something that's a rusted block of stuff. I mean, the back plates look okay, but the calendar side is completely filled with water. I don't even know. It's going to be gnarly. It won't move at all. Nothing moves. So we'll have to see. Anyway, so you let me know about this. If you're quite certain, I will dive in. If you're down, if you really want me to do it, I'll do it. It's gonna be expensive, and you're gonna get back basically a different watch internally in every way, plus this original case. So anyway, sorry, sort of two birds, one stone. This watch is ready to go. And you'll get all this other stuff back. You can look at it. Oh, and your old crystal. And your seals are over here in pieces. Okay. So thank you so much for your patience on this. I'm so appreciative. This 6139, it would be great if you could confirm what it is you'd like me to do. I mean, I'm sure there's good parts inside the movement. There probably aren't many of them. The case is okay. It's been polished, but, you know, it is what it is. But let's go ahead. The other 6139 is beautiful, and, well, it's got some loom damage, but it's a fine watch, and we're going to make it great. Okay, thank you.
There is a fucking tornado, like, right near me. Do you see this shit? And we're still catching fish. What? I always say this when they stop with their tornado warnings and watches and bullshit. It's like, if it's coming for you, it's coming for you. This one was coming for us. Right past us.